Hello, everybody. For my special October paper pumpkin, let's put these together. Let me share this to the group. This is, not my normal Sunday Night Live, but I usually do once a month the paper pumpkin subscription. Okay, I shared that to the group. So we should be good. For pumpkin subscription. So long time no see. I actually just had my live yesterday. I like to do the paper pumpkin kits during the actual month, but October was really, really busy for me. So I had to push it into November. That's why we are, what is today's? The 2nd? Is today November 2nd? No, it's the 3rd. So it's as early as I could get this. But my goal is every month to do these kits so that they don't end up sitting on your shelf and not getting done. I want us to enjoy these kits, put them together, and send them out. Okay, and I just tagged everybody in the group. So we should be good to go. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about this paper pumpkin. First, let me tell you about paper pumpkin. Paper pumpkin is Stampin' Up's subscription box. You get sent a box like this every month. You need to subscribe by the 10th of the month. And then they send it out on the 11th, and you usually get it somewhere around the 22nd or something like that. And then usually maybe the last week of the month, I try to do a kit together where we put these together. The subscription box is $27, and that includes shipping. And the box has everything that you need to make the project inside. So they're really great gifts. Actually, as Christmas is coming on, you might want to think about gifting somebody a paper pumpkin subscription, because then they can be crafty and get their, make homemade cards and sometimes craft things. And they have everything they need. A great thing for people who don't want to collect a lot of equipment, those sorts of things. You don't want a whole big craft room. You just want to, make handmade cards. These are perfect because, like I said, it has everything you need. You can see it's got the adhesive, it's got the embellishments, it's got the card bases, it's got the envelopes, everything you need. And it's $27 shipped. And you do get $2 in Stampin' Up! Rewards. So you even get rewards on this. Okay? Most of the time it is cards. Like, this is a very typical kit. You make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Sometimes it's 5 of 2 designs, but a lot of times it's 3 of 3 designs. Once in a while, it's something different. For instance, last year, I think it was November, there were stockings and tags, gift tags. And then next month is, I think also gift tags. You can postpone or pause a month if you don't like what you see. And every month I give you a heads up about what the kit for the following month is. So it is somewhat of a surprise because you don't know what these 3 cards will look like, but you have a, you know, you get a hint by something like this where it has, you know, just a little design in the title. So you kind of know, and they tell you the colors, and they tell you that you'll make, you know, 9 cards and so on. Okay, check out my blog. I will post a link to my blog where I have the information for next month. So if you are interested in looking at Paper Pumpkin, you can find out more about it in the link that I just dropped. Okay, and I just dropped a link to next month's kit, which is called Wrapped in Cheer. Okay, so next month you make 8 projects, 4 each of 2 tag designs with 8 boxes. So you make 8 boxes with gift tags. So it should be really interesting. And the colors are basic beige, cherry cobbler, mossy meadow, which is the classic Stampin' Spot, and old olive. Okay, this month it's called Cozy Christmas. And as I said, you make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. And the colors are basic beige, cherry cobbler, garden green, pecan pie, which is the Stampin' Spot, and real red. And each kit usually has some kind of something special, like maybe gold foil or, you know, something like that. This one is flocked material. So let me see if I can show you what the flocked material looks like. Let's see. Got to get it out of here. I'll show you what's in the kit. Okay, there we go. Okay. So let's look at what's in the kit. First of all, these all come in a nice box. This one has a special decoration on it. A lot of times it just comes in something like this, just a brown box. But this one is specially decorated, so it would make a nice gift. The other ones would make a nice gift too because it's in a nice box, but okay, so here's what the cards look like. The one that says Joy. This one is Merry Christmas with the pretty trees. And then this one says Deck the Halls. It's kind of, to me, has a 1920s look to it. But it includes all of the instructions for all of the cards, you know, step-by-step instructions. It gives you the components. It tells you what the colors are. And then you can look at this QR code and it will show you a quick video of them putting together the cards. So if you don't quite know how to put something together, this is a nice quick video to show you how they put them together. And then every quarter there is a add-on kit. This one is really nice. A lot of people really like this Joy word die. But for the quarter, the add-on kit will go with the 3 months from that quarter. So like this one is October, November, December. So these coordinate with those. This one also has a nice little tag kit to it. Okay, and then it has this nice graphic of what the stamp sets are. And almost all of them, I think, come with a stamp set. I can't think of one that didn't come with a stamp set, so I think they all come with a stamp set. Some of the regular kits don't have a stamp set. There's very few of those, but you can definitely tell because the price is a little bit cheaper. But these all come with a stamp set and some really nice sentiments on this one. Merry Christmas, joy to the world, and then deck the halls, and then these nice little stars. So really nice set, I think. The adhesive, this is tear and tape, and usually there's more than what you need. So, I use this for other projects. You've got foam squares, the embellishment, these are sequins without holes, and then these are little two-sided adhesive dots. Nice. Like I said, it comes with the envelopes, and I think one of the greatest things about the Paper Pumpkin kits are that the envelopes are all themed, or have something, they're designed. They have this one has a design on the flap. Sometimes there's a design here, like maybe a flower or something. So the envelopes are themed to the project. And then you get the card bases. And then obviously all of the embellishments. There's punch outs. Sometimes there's stickers. So like I said, everything that you need. Okay. So and it comes with the ink pad. I already showed you this, but they all come with an ink spot. So I usually once a month I put together one set of the cards, and most of the time I make a scrapbook layout using a second set of the cards. I don't think I'm going to do that this time because these are really beautiful cards, and I need all the Christmas cards that I can get. I send out a lot. So I think I'm going to make all of the cards. Today we'll just make one of each of these, but I'm not going to make a scrapbook layout. Unless somebody comes on here and really wants me to try, because I do have a good idea for one. Okay, so the special thing about this kit this month is that these are flocked, and I don't know if you can see, but these are like velvet to the touch. So these are raised and velvety, so flocked. Okay, and we'll see some of the other things. Let me see. Okay, these are flocked too. These stars have it's red flocking, so that's the special for this kit. So let me know if you have any questions as I go along, but let's just get started on making these. Okay, like I said, you can't, this one, they've already shipped, so that means the ordering is closed. Although, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can purchase the refill kit if there are refills available. So there may be refills of this that you're able to purchase. But you have to be a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber. But you are able to order the November kit, which is that tagged and cheer, which are gift boxes and tags. So you need to do that before November 10th. Okay, so let's make card 1, which looks like the this one here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is stamp Merry Christmas on to the already kind of punched out shape. So this obviously is the shape for Merry Christmas. So let me get a block. So these are the blocks that come with the kit. You get one block with your first paper pumpkin kit, and then the rest of them do not come with a kit, with a paper pumpkin kit. So let me open this up. It's a brand new stamp pad. Okay, there we go. Okay. So let's put Merry Christmas on the block. Okay. Okay. So let's ink this up. With the small ink pads, I usually put the ink onto the stamp pad, right? I don't try and do it the other way around. With the larger ink pads, I will rub the stamp onto the pad. With these small ones, I do it the other way around. Okay, now let me get this. I didn't rub the film off of this, so hopefully this will stamp good. I can already see that. Let's see. But I will tell you, the good thing is usually they give you an extra in case you make a mistake. So let's try and see if this was good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we stamped that. Let's put this back on here. And then it's telling us to put the tear and tape on the back of the paper. So I think this is it. It's this paper because it's got the little divots on it. So let's put some tear and tape. Have you ever used our tear and tape? Really nice. It's just, as the name implies, you just put it down and then you tear it. So see, you don't even need scissors to make these cards because you can just tear this adhesive. I went a little bit over there because I was talking. There we go. Okay, so I did that. Now what do we need? So the Merry Christmas, we need to turn over, and it even shows you where to put them. So I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape over here. Looks like right here, just a little bit. And then it has this little hexagon, which is the symbol for the dimensionals. Okay, so let's put one of these dimensionals here. Goes right there. Okay, and then, okay, we need the three of these. And there's one more. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, here we go. That's this one. Okay, so it does tell us where to put. So on all of the, and let's start with this one. Oops. we're supposed to put the 3 adhesive dots, which are these, the 2-sided dots. So you can tell the difference because the dots, the little round, the black round things are these, and then the hexagons are the dimensionals. So this one, we put 3 of these across the top. So I mean, you can definitely see that these are, you know, great for the beginning crafter because I mean, it even tells you where to put all of the adhesive dots and such. And then it says to put 3 of these, the dimensionals, okay. On this one, we're supposed to put 2 dots at the top. And then 2 dimensionals in the middle. And then 2 dimensionals on the corners. Okay, and then on the top one, we put 1 2-sided dot there, and then 2 dimensionals here. And then you might wonder why do you put 2-sided dots here, but then dimensionals here? And you'll see, but it's mainly because we are overlapping. Right, this we don't want dimension here because it's going to overlap, you know, onto here. So you'll see. Okay, and then the last thing, apparently there's a red star. Let's find that in our, okay, this is a punch out, so it's here. And actually this is flocked too. This little red thing is flocked. And on the back of this, we put a dimensional. There we go. Okay. And now it's telling us how to assemble. So we are going to put these on the card base. So it's showing a red card base. So here's the red card base. Okay. And then we place this on top. And the tear and tape, it's got this backing that just pulls off. You want to make sure you leave the adhesive part on the paper. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to put this right on here. So I'm going to center it. Okay, and then we're going to place this one down. Take off the dimensionals. And then these 2-sided dots, you have to take off the backing off of those. Okay, and then let's put it right here. Center it right near the bottom there. Okay, now since this had dimensionals and this had adhesive dots, it's going to kind of lay down a little bit, which you want because you want the branches to look like they are, you know, coming out like a real tree, right? Okay, let's do these ones. This one's next. Take the backing off of the dimensionals. And then the backing off the 2-sided adhesive circles, okay? And then I'm going to put this here. And so we want to cover up, there we go. So you want it to kind of be in line. Now see how that one kind of flops. So you can kind of see, I don't know, hope you can see that it's dimensional there. Nice. Okay, and then this last one, same thing. We're going to take the backing off. And then the backing off of this one. I'm gonna line it up nice. Okay, and then the last piece here is the star. The star is on a dimensional. Okay, and I'm going to put it like this. Put it right on top, like it's sitting on top of the tree. Oh God, this is gorgeous, you guys. I might get the refill kits for this because it is amazing. This flocking is so beautiful. It makes it look so elegant. Very nice. Okay, and then let's add this, the Merry Christmas. Take off the backing of the dimensional and then take off the tear tape. Now you can kind of see why this side has got tear tape and that side's got a dimensional, because we're going to put, oh, I didn't put this on there very well. Oh shoot, I ruined that. Okay. You don't want it to hang over the edge there, which mine was. Okay. So this side has a dimensional. We're going to put it on this part of the card because this part is flat. And then this one only has the tear and tape because the tree is already popped up. So you don't want to have another layer of popped up. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay. And make sure it doesn't go over the edge. So there we go. And then the last thing are 3 of these sequins, and these are adhesive backed sequins. I'm going to use my Picket tool to take these. I'm going to put it right here. Just really make it easy. And then, let's see. There we go. Here is card number 1. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Okay, let's go to card number 2, which I think is going to be my favorite, but we will see. Okay, so let's put this one aside. I'll put it right here so you can still see it. So what's the prep on this one? We need the joy. Let's see, where is that one? One of these, pop it out. You can see how easy it is to pop these out. And what I really love about these is, you know, sometimes when you have these things that you pop out, you've got those little tabs like that stick out and you feel the need to maybe cut it off or sand it down or something like that. There are none of those really here. I mean, look, you can't even really see where you pop these out. Very, very small. So I love it. Okay, so this one we're supposed to stamp to the world. So let's find to the world on here. Okay. And today, for this one, I'm going to, if you have a brand new stamp, these photopolymers, you want to, I kind of just rub my finger over it because when they come out of the machine, it does have a little bit of a coating on it, which means that the ink doesn't stay so good on it. Okay. Okay. To the world, and then it goes on this little spot down here. Okay, there we go. That was pretty good. Happy with that. Clean off my ink pad, or my stamping pad. Put this here. So the nice thing about the paper pumpkins is you do have these little stamp sets. You do accumulate a little bit of stamps, but look how small this is. This really is the only thing that's not consumable. And what I do is I keep this with the, with this little, I don't know, printout. I just keep this together, and this is really all that you have. So you're not going to really accumulate a big pile of, you know, supplies or whatever that, you know, you don't maybe want to have. Okay, so we need the brown, looks like a brown square here. Okay, here we go. And this is actually the same design that's on the envelope, so I like that. And then we're supposed to put tear and tape across there. So these paper pumpkin kits make making these cards so beautiful and so easy. I mean, look at this. This card is amazing, the one we just did. And then I can already tell this one's going to be amazing. Okay. And then on the back of Joy, oh, there's letters. Let's find the letters. Okay, here they are. So here's a J, an O, and a Y. Okay, and then basically it's saying just to put the tear and tape on the back of these. So a little bit right here. And it's, you just need enough to keep it stuck to this. Okay, the O's, it's using a little bit on these kind of edge pieces. Okay, and then the Y, there's a little bit right here. And then a little bit right here. Okay. And then, let's see, on the back of here, we put dimensionals. I'll show you where we're going to put it. We're going to put a dimensional in the poinsettia there, a dimensional on the poinsettia here, a dimensional on the Y, make sure you fit it right on there, a dimensional here, a dimensional here, a dimensional here, again, make sure you fit it on there, and then one here. Now it does have us putting some of the two-sided dots there. I'm not sure why yet, but we will find out. There. And here, according to the design, according to here. Okay, then we need two of the leaves, or what would you call these? The leaves with the, I don't know, pine boughs there. These are flocked too, very nice. Okay, and then these ones, we need two dimensionals. One there and one here. And it's really usually a good idea to place it where they tell you, because there's a reason, and when you fit this all together, it will be in the best place so two dimensionals won't end up kind of on top of each other. So one here and one here. Like I said, I'd be tempted to put one there and there, but I'm not going to because they probably know more than I do. Okay, now here, oh, I see. We're going to put this on here, and you're supposed to stick it with this. So this is going to go here where that dot is going to be stuck onto here. And it's supposed to go this way. Okay, so like this. Okay, there we go. There's one. And then this one is supposed to go here like this. Okay. And then we put the JOY onto here. So let's take the backing off of this. And fit it on here. And I'm going to try and make sure I center that nicely. Okay, there's the J, the O, goes here. And it looks like it's tilted a little bit to the left. And then the Y. Okay, it's going to go here. I'm going to try and line this up right here so that it's centered. Oh gosh, look how gorgeous that is. So this is flocked and this is flocked. These are flocked and that's flocked. Okay, so now this goes onto the card base, which looks like it's this one. Okay. And it's going to go landscape. So let's put this down first. Take off the backing of the tearing tape. Okay, I'm going to center this. Okay, and then take all of the backings off of the dimensionals. They're fairly easy to come off. You can use your picket tool to help with those if you need to. There we go. Okay. Now let's center this right on here. Joy to the world. And then we're putting, okay, it looks like there's 5 sequins, and usually you want to put the embellishments on in odd numbers. So the 5 works. Now we put the 2 big ones in the center of the poinsettias. And I know, see, it's showing 2 big ones and 3 of the smaller ones. Okay, and so let's put the 3 smaller ones. It shows you even where to place these. There. Okay, here is card number 2. Look how beautiful that is. Again, these are flocked and it's dimensional, so it is gorgeous. Okay, we're on the last card. And of course, there's enough materials here. I'll show you. There's enough materials that you can make three of each one. So kind of keep that in mind. All right, there's 3 J's, 3 O's, 3 Y's, and so on. Okay? Okay, now this one, we need to stamp Deck the Halls onto the square here, the rectangle, I guess it is. And you can see they give you extra. So there's 4 of these rectangles and you only need 3. So if you mess up, you know, you have an extra one. Same thing with the Merry Christmas. There were 4 of those. Okay, oh look, and it's got the edging around it. Okay, so Deck the Halls. Okay. And I rubbed it again to get that coating off. And let's put the Pecan Pie ink right on there. And then we'll stamp here. There we go, and that's perfect. I love Pecan Pie. It's very neutral color. So this is a great ink pad to have. That is one thing, another thing about paper pumpkins that I like is you really start to grow your collection of inks because you get a different color of these ink spots in every one of your kits. So I've got a good number of the Stampin' Up! Inks. And I haven't had to buy the bigger pads because they come with these kits. Okay, so I did that one. Now here I need to put tear and tape on the back of the white. Let's see if I can find those. Did I use these? Oh yeah, we're going to be using the green base. Okay, we use the, okay, here we go. Here's the white. We need this. Okay, so put tear and tape on this, up and down like it's showing. Okay. Let's see. We need this. And then there's an outer part. Let's see. I think we need, what's this? Okay, yeah, we need this. Now all we need is the inner part of the ornament. Here we go. Here it is. There we go. Okay. So on the inner part of the ornament, it's telling us to put some tear and tape. And then, yeah, just the double-sided circles. And because this is going to go on top of the other piece, so they don't want it to be dimensional. So these go here. Okay. And then the Deck the Halls, it looks like there's a dimensional here and a double-sided dot there. This one, we're using all dimensionals. And there's 5. There we go. And then the little hanger is 2 dimensionals. And again, place it where it's telling you to place it, because it knows where, so like it's not having us place one here. So there's a reason, obviously, for that, I think. Or maybe just to conserve the dimensionals, we'll see. Okay. So it's telling us what to do. So on this one, we're going to put this on top of here. So let's take the backing off of these. Okay. That one's sticking to my finger. There we go. And then the backing off the tape. Okay. And this is flocked. Okay, so we're going to try and match these up as best as we can. There we go. Let's see what. I really want it to be perfectly lined up here. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then we put this on top. Take the backing off of these dimensionals. And it's going to go like that. Okay, so let's put this onto our card base. And the card base for this one is the green kind of trees. Okay, put this. Take the backing off. Sometimes it's easier than others. There we go. Okay. This is going to be centered. There we go. Okay, let's take the backing off of the ornament. And we don't want to forget, we need room for this. And this is going to be exactly on the top. So I'm using this as a guide. I'm not putting this down yet because I want that to be on top, but I'm going to place it so I know where to put this. Okay. So you see it's slightly to the right. It's not quite going over the edge, but it is going into the green part. Okay, and deck the halls. You can see there's a dimensional here because that's going to be off of this because this is popped up. But now this side that has just a two-sided circle, adhesive circle, we're going to put this on top of here. And this is going to go here. So we want to kind of, there we go. There we go. And now this one, yeah, I took the backings off. There we go. Okay. And then all we need are the sequins. I'm going to get a big sequined here. And a little sequin here. And then, let's see, a little one here. Wow, okay. That was card number 3. Isn't that one gorgeous? Now I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on that. Because that flopping around bothers my OCD. But there's not supposed to be, but so I wouldn't, one of those little dots won't fit. You know, it'll be too big, but I'll put a little bit of adhesive so it won't flop around. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here are the cards from this month's kit. What do you think? They are so gorgeous. This is flocked. So amazing to the touch. This is flocked. The sequins are shiny. And then these are flocked. I love it. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed putting these 3 cards together. There's enough to make 2 more of each design. And I am going to do that because I love these cards. I can't wait to send them to my family and friends. Okay, thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week, where I will be making a scrapbook layout using the Peaceful Gardens paper suite. I will be doing that on Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then keep an eye out for later this month, November. I will do the next month's kit. What's it called? Wrapped in Cheer. It'll be the Wrapped in Cheer set. Okay, that'll be later in November, probably after Thanksgiving, but we'll put that one together. Okay, thanks for joining. Post your pictures if you make these. Bye.